Welcome to the Ritter Communications Tubetown studio and the first edition of the live prep football pregame show. I am Brandon Reed, excited to be a part of this weekly pregame kickoff show. It is a new season and a brand new way of doing things here on Tubetown. We are bringing prep football action right into your living room, as always, but doing it totally different this year, live. Everything will be live in your living room every Friday night. Now, here's a breakdown of how things will go on Friday nights this year on Tubetown. We will start our weekly coverage at 6:45 with the pregame show. From there, send you to the field at 7 o'clock for the kickoff of your game of the week. In our pregame coverage, we'll recap highlights and stats from last week's game of your game of the week on Tubetown. Also, preview that night's matchup. We'll have updated standings, coaches' interviews, and perhaps a special guest will step into the studio from time to time as well. High school sports are changing here in Northeast Arkansas, and Ritter Communications and Tubetown are pleased to bring you the action like no one else can offer here in Northeast Arkansas. So let's take a quick moment to jump right into the schedule of games here on Tubetown that you'll see this year, starting out with that Week 1 matchup, Westside at Manila. And we'll preview that game a little bit later on in our next segment, so we'll skip that matchup for now. That is your Week 1 game. Week number 2, September 12th, Harrisburg is at Martree. 4A, new to the 4A is Harrisburg, finished 2-8 last season, tied for 6th in the 3A3, predicted to take a step back this year according to Hootens and finish last in that conference, in their new 4A conference. A lot of that may be due to the fact that they're only returning 5 starters on offense and 6 in defense, so not only are they stepping up in class, but also have a lot of ground to make up from losing seniors last year. 2A Martree finished 6-5 last year, losing to familiar foe Carlisle in the first round of the playoffs. The Indians are predicted to finish 5th in the 2A3 this year and return 8 starters on both sides of the ball. Week 3, moving on to September 19th, you'll see Rivercrest at Gosnell. 3A Rivercrest finished 7-4 last year, good enough for 2nd in the 3A3. They lost to Prescott in the first round of the playoffs. They're predicted to finish atop of the conference this year, however. 4A Gosnell finished 1st in the 4A3 last year at 9-2, and after a first-round bye, fell to Star City in the second round of the playoffs. The Pirates are predicted to finish 2nd behind Highland in the conference this year, according to Hootens. September 26th, Highland at Westside. 4A Highland predicted to be at the very top of the 4A3 class this year after finishing 8-3 last year and suffering a first-round loss in the playoffs to Dardanelle. October 3rd, Blytheville at Nettleton, a big 5A conference game. Blytheville finished with just 1 win last year and are predicted to finish last in the 5A East this year. Nettleton is predicted to finish 4th in that tough 5A East conference after finishing 5-6 last year, tied for 3rd in the conference. The Raiders lost in the first round of the playoffs to Morrilton last season. Moving on to October 10th, Wynn at Valley View. Another big 5A conference game. And new to the 5A conference this year is Valley View. They'll be joining the likes of Batesville, Wynn, Forest City, and Nettleton, all the top teams there in that 5A conference, 5A East conference. Another 5A battle this is, as Wynn is predicted to finish 2nd in that 5A East after finishing 9-3 last year, having a great year, and eventually dropping out of the playoffs in the second round to Hope. Meanwhile, Valley View is new again to the 5A conference, but yet still predicted to finish 5th in that 5A East. New challenge this year for the Blazers after finishing 12-12 last year, but that was in the 4A and eventually losing to Warren in the state quarterfinals. Now let's move on to October 17th. You'll see Cross County at EPC. This is a 2A conference game. Cross County finishing 5-5 last year in a tie for 6th place in the 2A3. The Thunderbirds predicted to finish 4th in the conference this year. The Warriors of EPC finished 12-1 last season in the conference, making it all the way to the 3rd round, undefeated in the conference, I should be, making it all the way to the 3rd round of the playoffs before losing their first game to Bearden. They are predicted, according to Hootens, to finish second this season in the 2A3. Getting deep into the season now, October 24th, Truman at Brooklyn. This is a 4A conference game. Truman finished 1-9 last season in the 4A3 after picking up their only win due to a forfeit by Earl. Looking to bounce back this year and predicted to finish 6th in the tough 4A3. Brooklyn is predicted to finish right behind Truman this season, actually, after finishing last year 4-6. Last year's game resulted in a Brooklyn win 40-38 in overtime, so it should be a great matchup regardless of where those two teams are falling in the standings at that point. And we come to Halloween night, October 31st, one of the biggest rivalry games in Northeast Arkansas. EPC at Mark Tree. This is a 2A conference game, of course. Halloween night matchup you do not want to miss in Mark Tree. Last year's result was a 46-6 victory for EPC and Lepanto en route to the conference crown and undefeated regular season. The Indians will be looking to pull out the tricks and treats and get some revenge on the Warriors on Halloween night. And finally, our last game of the season, November 7th, Rivercrest at Osceola. Big 3A conference game. Osceola finished 5-6 last year in the 3A3 and is predicted to finish third in the conference this season. The Seminoles lost in the first round of the playoffs last year to Lavaca. Last game of the year here on Tubetown should be a good one with this 3A clash that resulted in a 1-point victory for Rivercrest last year. So that is our complete schedule of games on Tubetown this year. I know you're going to enjoy all the action. Right now, we're going to take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsors. Be right back to preview that Week 1 matchup, Westside at Manila, and wrap up this pregame coverage and send you to the field live for Week 1 action, Westside at Manila. Be right back.
Well, I don't know nothing about boxing, but I know something about fishing. Every Sunday, 7 o'clock on Tubetown.
Crowbar is back. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Tubetown, Channel 21.
As part of the fight to keep cable rates affordable, Ritter is on your side against giant programming companies. Because they control programming, they make the rules, like forcing you to buy channels and bundles to get the one you like, and then hiking the price way above inflation. They even forbid cable distributors like us from telling you what channels actually cost. Join us in working for better laws that give consumers more choices and more information. We're right by you on this issue.
Well, I don't know nothing about boxing, but I know something about fishing. Every Sunday, 7 o'clock on Tubetown.
Crowbar is back. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Tubetown, Channel 21.
Welcome back to the brand new Tubetown studio, and it's time to review our Week 1 matchup between Westside and Manila. Now, these two teams opened up the season last year at Westside, and the Warriors handled the Lions pretty easily, winning that contest 42-0. That was the start of a long season for Manila that mercifully came to an end at the hands of Earl, 86-0. Now, Coach Jerry Castor said this has been a preaching point all offseason, and that result will not happen again. Now, the Lions, that was, just the start of a bad season, as I was mentioning. They finished the season 0-10, not winning a game, actually being outscored on the season 490-26. The Lions only scored 6 points in 3 contests and 8 in 1, so they were blanked in 6 out of the 10 contests they played and never scored more than 1 touchdown in a game. They are returning 7 starters on offense and 8 on defense, and an opening week win would go a long way to disproving all the predictions that have them predicted to finish last, possibly not even winning a game. Now, as for Westside, their season started out strong last year, winning 6 of their first 7, but unfortunately dropped the last 4, including the playoff game at Dollarway. Now, brand new coach Wayne Mayer is set to take over the program after serving as assistant the last 2 seasons at Westside. And those last 2 seasons resulted in consecutive playoff berths for the first time in school history. So the Warriors returned 9 players on both sides of the ball, on offense and defense. However, one of those key players that is not a returning starter from last year is the quarterback, Kenny McFadden. Now, Coach Mayer has extreme confidence in this young man to turn the reins over to him and hand the Warriors season over to him. They are pretty deep at running back, so they're hoping that the depth they have at the running back position can help offset some of just the inexperience at that quarterback position and lead Westside to their 3rd straight playoff season, and that would be an absolute win for the Warriors, of course. Now, we are just about ready for your opening kickoff in Manila, so thank you so much for joining us in the first edition of this Friday night pregame show here from the Tubetown Studios, the brand new Tubetown Studios. Hope you like the look of everything. Don't forget, our coverage will begin on Friday nights at 6:45 with the pregame show, followed by the opening kickoff, of course, at 7, live in your living room. Also, I want to say a huge thank you to our sponsors. Big thank you to Armor Seed, also Farmers Bank and Trust, and Eye Care of Truman. And we are ready to take you live to Manila. Chris Benson, Wes Cisco is going to have the call. So enjoy the game, folks. Chris, take it away.
Thank you very much, Brandon Reed. We are live from Manila High School in Manila, Arkansas, for the 2014 edition of high school football. We are live on Tubetown tonight, and it's a 3A versus 4A matchup between the visiting Westside Warriors out of the 4A and the Manila Lions out of the 3A, who are the homestanding team. As we look at some Westside notes tonight, they are led by a new coach. Wayne Mayer takes over a team. Came off back-to-back playoff seasons for the first time in school history. The Warriors were 6-5 last year. They won 6 of their first 7, then dropped the last 4, including a first-round playoff game at Dollarway. And as I bring in Wes Cisco, Westside is led by sophomore quarterback Kenny McFadden.
Yeah, he's replacing the senior from last year, and he's got a returning crew here on the running back crew. All-conference senior Thomas Kraft and senior Cody Banda, along with both his wide receivers, are returning as well.
And Manila, they are looking to bounce back from an 0-10 season under 4th-year head coach Jerry Castor, including a final game that was 86-0, losing to Earl. And he said, quote, "That will not happen again," end quote. And Manila is led by 3-sport athlete Kyle Joyner, and Wes, Manila looking to avenge a 42-0 loss last year in Bono.
Yeah, but they're also returning 7 players on the offensive side, 8 players on the defensive side. This isn't the same Manila Lion team that played last year. Got a lot more experience coming back this year.
And I believe we may have some keys to the game before we get it going here tonight.
The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Eye Care of Truman. Let Dr. Angela Howe and the staff at Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
And obviously, when you talk about football, there are 3 keys tonight. No turnovers. Usually the team that does not turn it over usually wins a lot if the talent is pretty equal. We'll just have to see how the talent shakes out here tonight between these 2 teams. Another big key for football, trench warfare up front, the big heavies. Who's going to win that offensive and defensive line battle? Who can block? Who can tackle? That's going to be a big key. And also penalties. You can't shoot yourself in the foot. You got to play ahead of the chains, Wes.
You got to, like you said right there, Chris. You got to make sure you don't make the mental errors on yourself and cause yourself some heartache with with the penalties.
The 2 teams are about to come out on the field. We've already had the coin toss, and you look across the way, you see Westside on the visitors' side. They are dressed in their road whites and red pants with red numerals and black trim, white helmets with the big W on the top. And there you see the home crew. Manila Lions taking the field for the first time in 2014. Some sweet-looking uniforms there, Wes. Black pants, gold jerseys with black numerals and white trim around the numerals. Just your standard black helmet, but you know, with football, it's not necessarily the team that looks the prettiest in the uniforms.
No, it's the team who goes out there and fights and wins, scraps for a win, and that's what both these teams are coming in to do. It's a fresh start for both teams here tonight, and 0-0, so here we go. We
didn't mention this earlier in the pregame, but temperatures are going to be huge tonight, and as another key. Depth is going to be a huge key tonight. Teams that are going to be able to play in and out with substitutions, because cramping is going to be a factor tonight here, Wes. It's very hot.
I saw a tweet earlier from Ryan Vaughn that warned all football players to start getting the water early today because of cramping issues. That he was worried about that he tweeted out on his Twitter page.
That is exactly right. And Westside, Manila won the toss. They have elected to receive, and number 81 for Westside, Chase Sprinkle. He's a returning kicker. He's a 5'9", 144-pound senior, and he is set to kick it away. Ball is teed up at the 40. And we are just about ready to go with the 2014 high school football season here on Tubetown. Sprinkle puts it in the air, and it will be taken at the 15, bobbled ahead to the 20, and down at the 21 is number 2 for
that was
Luis Maldonado. Yes.
So here comes the Manila Lions for the first time on offense. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Farmers Bank and Trust. Farmers Bank and Trust enjoys a proud history dedicated service to the people of Mississippi County and its surrounding areas. Farmers Bank and Trust with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, Manila, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And your skill position players tonight for Manila. The quarterback is Kyle Joyner, and he is under center. Looks like a wishbone set for the Lions, and a handoff up to about the 24-yard line. Gavin Parker gets the first rush of tonight's game.
So second
gain of 2. Tyler Johnson, Eric Navarro, Aaron Carter, Zach Deering, and Brett Sweatman are your skill position players for Manila. Another give into the middle. Breaks free before he's finally brought down at the 31-yard line. That's close to a first down.
I think they're going to give it to him the way they're looking.
Number 26. And where is number 26?
And that will be a first down for the Lions.
Going to give the Lions a 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line.
Nick Stiles got the first down your line. Jeremy Wilbanks, Chris Schaefer, Juan Villegas, Harrison McMillan, and Tyler Barley for the Manila Lions. So 1st and 10 for Manila, and we have a flag on the play.
Penalty flag on the play.
That's going to be offsides against the Warriors.
So the first penalty of 2014 is against the Westside Warriors, and that's a free 5 for the Lions. As Manila breaks the huddle quickly.
So it'll be 1st and 5.
1st and 5 at the 36. Joyner, a little pitch, nice little hole, but closed quickly at about the 39. Nick Stiles gained about 2. So 2nd and 3 as we look at The defensive starters for Westside up front, it's Drew Slavin, Trevor Kelly, Gage Golden, Tristan Pry, and Kyle Williams. That's your defensive line for the Westside Warriors. Ball on the near side hash, 2nd down and 3. Joyner, first man through, that's a first down and more, breaks the tackle, into the open field, 45-40. 35-yard line goes number 40, Johnson.
Tyler Johnson with a big gain there. That talking about the lines a while ago. That's where what happened right there was they got a great push on that offensive line to give Johnson a big first down.
27 yards on the first down carry, or on the 2nd down carry to get a first down. And Manila at the Westside 35, first down, 10:07 left to play in the opening quarter. Joyner gives to Stiles, and he's going to bust ahead for a couple.
Nick Stiles on the carry for the Lions. Pick up a 2 will bring up 2nd down.
It's like Manila's coaching staff has took a little playbook out of Brett Bielema, run the ball.
Run that football. You have to run it, and you've got to stop the run.
Are you already down on base?
2nd down and 8. Joyner, first man through is Johnson again. And big man Tyler Johnson has another first down across the 25 to the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 9.
1st and 10 for the Lions on the 24-yard line.
They've got a good drive going here, Chris.
Nothing better to boost a team's confidence than to come out on the opening drive and punch it in. 9:20 left to play in the opening quarter. First down at the 24. Joyner, toss to Parker.
That one's going to be brought down for a loss.
And he's going to be hitting the backfield. About 3 Warriors met him at the 27-yard line, so a loss of 3.
Tonight's title sponsor is Armor Seed, quality soybean, corn, wheat, and rice seed for Northeast Arkansas farmers. Start strong, plant Armor with Armor Seed.
2nd and 13. Westside with 9 men in the box, 2 safeties about 5 yards from the ball. And Joyner hands off. I believe that was Johnson again. Yep, Tyler Johnson. He gets back to the 25. That's 2 yards, but it's still going to be 3rd down and long.
This is the first 3rd and long that Manila's had to face here, and they haven't attempted a pass yet.
So 3rd and 11 at the 25-yard line. We'll see what Manila dials up here. Opening drive of the year has gone 4 minutes and change. Down below 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Joyner, and he hits the fullback, gets the pitch off to Parker. And he's going to be down at about the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 3, but that's going to bring up 4th down and 7. And obviously this is a go-for-it situation.
This will be a big stop by the Warriors here after a lengthy opening drive by the Lions, if they can stop this 4th and 9 play.
Joyner, toss. And nothing there. He's going to be thrown for a loss. Eric Navarro goes backwards to the 31-yard line. That is a loss of 6 yards, and the Westside Warriors will get the ball for the first time in 2014.
Starting lineup for the Warriors is again brought to you by Farmers Bank and Trust. Farmers Bank and Trust enjoy a proud history of dedicated service to the people of Mississippi County and its surrounding areas. Farmers Bank and Trust with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, Manila, Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Two receiver, two running back set as Kenny McFadden hands off to number 23, Cody Banda.
Cody Bandy on the carry for the Warriors.
He's up to the
Pickup of a yard on the play is going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
33-yard line, a gain of 1. Kenny McFadden is your quarterback. Thomas Kraft, Cody Banda, your running backs. Michael Carr, Kason Story, and Kushan Gillespie are your receivers. We'll get your offensive line after this play. McFadden hands off to Kraft, has a nice hole, 35-40, still on his feet, 45. Out to the 47-yard line goes Thomas Kraft. That is a gain of 19 yards.
That was a nice job there by Kraft to keep the legs running even when Manila had 2 Lions on him, and he drug those another couple yards before he finally went down.
Cole Foley, Kyle Williams, Drew Slavin, Austin Dunaway, Kirk Williams. They are the big heavies up front for the Westside Warriors. First down at the 48-yard line. McFadden hands off to Banda, breaks a tackle. Oh, McFadden kept it actually.
He kept it.
And he's going to be thrown for a loss back at the 45-yard line. That's a loss of 3 for Kenny McFadden.
3 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 13. I'd like to remind everybody about our elementary lines are at home.
Defensive line for Manila. Angel Villegas, Case Sharp, Josh McQueen in a 3-4. Dalton Jones, Jake Helton, Josh South, Nick Stiles are your linebackers. We'll get your secondary after something happens here. Gillespie to the near side is your receiver, and he does hand off this time to Banda, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and thrown backwards. Banda's going to be thrown for another yard loss.
Gavin Parker right there just blew that play up for the Lions, and there was no place to go for the Warriors.
Ethan Simpson, Justin Walton, Patrick Tanner, and Kyle Joyner are your defensive backs. Third down and 12 at the 46, 4:55 left to play in the opening quarter. McFadden wants to throw. A little pass out into the flat is incomplete, and a nice job there. A nice job by number 21, Justin Walton, to break up that pass, and it will be 4th down. But we have a flag on the play.
Let the officials here talk and serving it out. Find Tubetown on Twitter at Tubetown21. Let us know where you're watching the game from with the hashtag West versus Man, and we'll read your tweets during tonight's telecast.
Looks like
it's a personal foul against the Lions, so that's going to be a first down.
So roughing the passer is the call against the Manila Lions. That is an automatic first down. And there's a big key right there. They could have stopped the drive, but it keeps going now for Westside. Penalties. So first down just inside the Manila 40. .448 left to play in the opening quarter. Wing back set, and we have a flag before the play.
That's going to be offsides.
So that's 5 more against Manila. So that'll be first down and 5 now instead of first and 10. Just inside the 35.
It's already 35 yards worth of penalties here for the Lions on this opening drive.
Handoff goes to Kraft, and he's going to get about 2.5 yards, call it 3 yards for Kraft. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2. 4:20 left to play in the opening quarter. 2nd and 2 for the Warriors. Story at the top of the formation. Handoff goes to Kraft around the right side inside the 20. Still on his feet, down to about the 15-yard line goes Kraft. So that's a gain of
Thomas Kraft on the carry for the Warriors. Picked up a
16 more.
First down and 10 for the Warriors.
And Kraft already 3 carries and 38 yards. So that's something to keep an eye on. First down just outside the 15-yard line, in between the 15 and the 16. Story up top, Gillespie at the bottom. Wingback set, Michael Carr is your wingback. And the handoff is straight up the middle to Cody Banda.
Cody Bandy up the middle.
He's across the 15
Looks like a pickup of
to
2.
the 14, a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8.
Both of these teams are liking to run, Chris.
Well, you run the ball until somebody can stop it, and then you have to try to adjust a little bit. 2nd and 8. Give to Kraft again inside the 10. Down to the 9 goes Kraft. That's 5 more yards.
22, Thomas Kraft on the carry. Picks up 5.
And that'll bring up 3rd down and 3 as Westside knocking on the door inside the red zone. After Manila got to about the 25 before their drive stalled. I formation. And the give to Kraft. He breaks free into the end zone. Touchdown, Thomas Kraft. 9-yard run for Thomas Kraft, and we have our first score of the 2014 season. 6-0 Westside with 2:21 left to play in the opening quarter.
That was just another great job there by that offensive line. Big gaping hole right there for Kraft just to almost walk into the end zone there, Chris.
Relatively untouched. And Chase Sprinkle on for the PAT. Snap a little low, but a good job by the holder to put it down, and the kick is up and good. 2:21 left to play in your opening quarter. Westside 7, Manila nothing. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
As part of the fight to keep cable rates affordable, Ritter is on your side against giant programming companies. Because they control programming, they make the rules, like forcing you to buy channels and bundles to get the one you like, and then hiking the price way above inflation. They even forbid cable distributors like us from telling you what channels actually cost. Join us in working for better laws that give consumers more choices and more information. We're right by you on this issue.
Chris Benson and West Cisco back here in Manila. Westside takes their opening possession after they stopped Manila at the 25-yard line and goes in for a touchdown with 2:21 left to play in the opening quarter. It's 7-0 in favor of the Westside Warriors, and Chase Sprinkle about to kick it off for the second time tonight, and West offensive line just blew open some holes big time on that drive.
It's one of our keys to the game, and that's the reason for it right there, because that's all that happened there for Westside was that offensive line was just almost dominant there in the end zone.
Sprinkle tees it up and kicks it away. And it will be fumbled at the 10, picked up at the 8. Has a little bit of a hole on the near side, but it closed quickly. Number 1, Luis Maldonado, Patrick Tanner.
Out to the 15 where the line
Ran that one back to the 15-yard line, and Manila will put it in play for the second time here in 2014. 85 yards from the end zone. Number 25, Chase Sharp, splits to the top of the formation. Still a wishbone set. Joyner, a little give. Crashing the middle of the line is number 26, Nick Stiles. And he gets 3. And that'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Lions. Deering splits to the top of the formation.
Nothing going there.
And nothing, absolutely nothing doing there. A loss back to the 11-yard line for Johnson. A loss of 3 yards.
So they're going to go back to 3rd and 10 here. Another 3rd and long for the Lions.
And when you're a wishbone team, you do not want 3rd and 10. If you're a running team, you want 3rd and 5 or less. So 3rd down 10 at the 15-yard line, less than a minute to go. And now Manila goes to a 4-wide set, and we have a flag. Let's see what the call is. Delay of game against the Manila Lions. That'll back them up 5 more yards, and that'll bring up 3rd and 15.
Not what you want to see right there if you're Coach Castro of the Lions.
On 3rd down, Joyner rolls out, fires a little pass out into the flat, and it's incomplete. Joyner intended for Parker, and that'll bring up 4th down. The drive summary was 9 plays, 57 yards, 4 minutes 38 seconds on the touchdown for Westside, capped off by a 9-yard run by Thomas Kraft. So 4th down, and set to punt is number 86. And he just gets it away. Nice little kick. Taken at the 44 by Gillespie. Goes to the 40. 35, 30, still on his feet to the 20. Picks up a block inside the 10. Inside the 5. And let's see.
They're marking him down.
Down at the 5-yard line.
Number 11, Q-Sean Gillespie.
Q-Sean Gillespie.
For the Warriors. Brings it all the way back to the 5-yard line.
That was a 30-yard return.
1st and go.
A 30-yard return for Gillespie. And with 18 seconds left to play in the first quarter, Westside already up 7-0 and looking for more.
With the 1st and goal.
McFadden gives to Banda, and he is in for the touchdown. 5-yard run for Cody Banda, and now it is 13-0. For the touchdown on one play. 1 play, 3 seconds. That's an easy drive summary. Sprinkle for the PAT. Nice snap. Good hold. And the kick is good. 15 and a half seconds left to play in the opening quarter. 14-0 Westside is your score. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
Ritter Communications gives you a universe of TV shows, and now TiVo brings you even more. Movies, music, and videos from the web. Get it all in one place and take it anywhere life takes you. Any show, any screen, anywhere. Introducing the TiVo.
Chase Sprinkle has it teed up again. Maldonado back deep for the Lions, and the kick is taken by the up man at the 15 to the 20. Missed tackle at the 25, and out to about the 27-yard line goes number 2, Luis Maldonado. So better field position this time for the Manila Lions.
Better field position. Got 9 ticks left on the clock here, so time to run one play for the end of the quarter.
Westside coming off a 6-win season, looking good early here tonight. 2 possessions and 2 scores, and they lead at 14-0 here in the opening quarter. Deering split to the top of the screen, and the give is to the big fullback Johnson, and he rumbles to the 30, a gain of 2. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8. And we have come to the end of the first quarter here in Manila. Your score, Westside 14, Manila nothing. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
As part of the fight to keep cable rates affordable, Ritter is on your side against giant programming companies. Because they control programming, they make the rules, like forcing you to buy channels and bundles to get the one you like, and then hiking the price way above inflation. They even forbid cable distributors like us from telling you what channels actually cost. Join us in working for better laws that give consumers more choices and more information. We're right by you on this issue.
Tomorrow on the SEC alternate channel, Arkansas State takes on Tennessee at 11 a.m., followed by Nicholls State and Arkansas at 3. The SEC Network alternate channel on Ritter Communications is on channel 71. So watch the Hogs and the Red Wolves tomorrow here on Ritter.
ASU coming off an impressive 37-13 victory over Montana State last week, and Arkansas looked good for a half, West, against Auburn, and then stalled in the second half, losing 45-21. So Arkansas looking to even the record on the season against Nicholls State at 1-1. ASU has a tough matchup as they go to Rocky Top.
Yeah, and I have heard that some people are actually calling for an upset tomorrow in Rocky Top. We'll have to wait and see.
Tennessee looked pretty good against Utah State the other night, so. 2nd down and 8 as we start the second set of 12 here in Manila, and Joyner, a little pitch to Parker, and he's going nowhere fast. As a matter of fact, he's going to lose back to the 25-yard line, so 3rd down and 12 as Parker lost 4. 3rd and long again, Wes, for the Manila Lions.
Yeah, I was just about to say, after that impressive first drive, this Westside Warrior defense have just bottled down this Manila Lion offense, but maybe they can get something. But they haven't gone back to 40, and he had a couple good runs there. Looks like we got an offside. Or are they going to call?
Looked like a good hard count that time by Joyner, and looked like 63 for Westside.
Yeah, I saw the
Jumped
officials.
across.
I did see the official call the offside there.
Trevor Kelly was a little bit too anxious that time for the Warriors. Westside played relatively clean football so far tonight, and there's a flag to give Manila 3rd down and 8. See if they can turn that into a 1st down. Oh, not there, as Joyner tries a little misdirection, giving it off to
Gavin
Parker again, and he
Joyner on the handoff to Gavin Parker. Loss of 3 on the play will bring up 4th down and 10.
is going to bring up a 4th and 10. No gain for Parker.
Jay Kelton's coming on to punt.
And Gillespie standing at his own 43-yard line. Bad snap, and this, he's going to have to take off with it. And he fumbles it into the air. Let's see. Either way, it's going to be Westside's football. Helton tried to run it. It was a bad snap, and the first turnover of the game. And once again, Westside setting up shop deep in Manila territory at the 26-yard line, and Manila's going to have to clean some of this up, Wes. That you can't give a team this kind of field position every time.
It looked like a basketball bounce pass going to the punter that time.
So Gillespie and Story split it out. McFadden under center. Gives to Kraft. Nice hole. Springs it out. Still on his feet, and he's got a 1st down and more. Down to the 8-yard line. 18 more for Kraft, and he is having a big first half.
And you got to love what he's doing there. He is fighting for every yard. He's putting that hand down, trying to get at least another yard, another 2 yards once they stumble him up.
70 yards already for Kraft on 6 carries. That's a pretty good yards per carry. Over 10. And 1st and goal at the 8. Full house backfield. Ball's on the ground. Fumble.
I think McFadden recovered that one.
So McFadden picks up his own fumble. Back at the 10-yard line, so he lost 2. That'll bring up 2nd and goal. We have seen that Sprinkle has a pretty good leg, so if the drive stalls, they may very well attempt a field goal, but it's only 2nd and goal.
Other scores around the area. Hoxie's leading Truman 7-0 after 1.
Ball is on the ground again. McFadden, another fumbled snap.
Another fumble on the play.
That's back at the 13, so 3 more yards lost for McFadden. That's shades of Gary Brashears back in 1998 for the Razorbacks. Putting the ball on the ground.
Jonesboro's leading Valley View 14-0 in the first quarter.
We will have Valley View in October as they will host Wynn. That will be a heck of a ball game. McFadden rolling to his left, squares his shoulders, fires into the end zone, incomplete. So that'll bring up 4th and goal. Looked like his intended receiver was Michael Carr. So Chase Sprinkle is on to try a field goal. Looks like he is putting his tee down at the 20. So this will be a 30-yard attempt for Chase Sprinkle. High snap, and now they're going to have to run with it. Throws a pass, and it is incomplete as Kenny McFadden, who is also the holder, had a high snap, and he had to try to make something out of nothing. So a bit of a victory there for Manila as they hold.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. You know, you got to feel that line defense has got to feel good after driving them back on those fumbles, and then with this high snap, they come out with 0 points, the Warriors do.
So Manila will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 13. 7:43 left to play in the opening quarter. Looks like sometime Manila's going to have to throw the ball to loosen up this Westside defense. They're just cramming the box full and absolutely getting stuffed every time they try to run the football, and that's number 15, Gavin Parker again. He got 3. 2nd down and 7 coming for the Lions. Deering splits to the top of the screen. Oh, and we have movement. Deering is going to be hit for a false start. So from 2nd and 7 to now 2nd and 12.
False start on the offense brings up a 2nd down and 12.
So also in our coverage area, Rivercrest has a 13-8 lead over Paragould with 3:36 left to go in the first. And Gosnell is beating Harding Academy 13-0 at the end of one.
That may be a bit of a surprise. Harding Academy is a powerhouse, but of course Gosnell the bigger school, but that's also we'll have Gosnell, we'll have Rivercrest. Matter of fact, I think we have Rivercrest versus Gosnell, don't we? I have to look at the.
And we got another penalty, and here we go again with backing up for the Lions. That was a delay of game penalty there, Chris.
Week 3, we do have Rivercrest at Gosnell, so that should be an outstanding ball game. So a delay of game, and Manila is just absolutely shooting themselves in the foot.
You know, for a complete schedule of prep football in Tubetown, log on to our website, www.tubetownonline.com. The full schedule is on the homepage. You can also order DVD copies of all of our high school sports programming.
The 2nd and 17 give is to Tyler Johnson. He's going to lose another yard, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 18. Blyville and Osceola no score. That's a couple more of our schools that we carry on Tubetown.
That's another one that Blyville is looking to bounce back.
Blyville had a rough season last year. So 3rd down and 18 with 5:49 left to play. We have a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Westside 14, Manila nothing. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Chris Benson and West Cisco back here in Manila. 14-0 Westside leading Manila with 5:49 left to play in the first half. 3rd down and 18 for the Lions. See what they can dial up. Joyner. Hands off to Parker again, and he's going to be across the 10.
Uh-oh. He looks like he's shaking up a little bit here.
A gain of 5 for Parker, but that's still 4th down and 13. And Manila will have to punt again. Nick Stiles back to kick, and standing at the Manila 42 is Gillespie, and a high end over end kick. Oh, it hits the west side player, and the ball is loose, and Manila covers it. Number 42 for Westside wasn't sure where the ball was. Jake Meeks just kind of standing there, and the ball bounced and hit him in the stomach, and Manila was Johnny on the spot, so Manila.
What a break for the Lions. Didn't seem like anything was going their way. Crucial mistake by the Warriors right there. Manila's going to get a 1st and 10.
So at the 29-yard line, Manila will put it in play. A little bit of breathing room finally for him. Field position's been a big key tonight too. Westside's had good field position. Manila has not.
Manila's been deep in their own territory.
Joyner under center. Give across the 30. That is Aaron Carter getting the carry up to about the 33-yard line. So a gain of 4 for Carter on his first carry of the night.
We're under 4.5 to play in the half now, Chris.
We'll bring up 2nd and 6. Joyner hands off again. Carter again. And he fumbled it, and it's on the ground. Let's see.
No
Westside says that they've got it, but no signal from the referee. And it is Westside football. So the 2nd turnover of the night for Manila. After they caught a break, they turn around and give it right back to Westside, and Westside will put it in play at the Manila 38-yard line. 39-yard line. .343 left to play in the opening half, excuse me, as number 10 checks in for Westside. Kaysen Story, and we have a flag. Offsides against Manila. That's 5 more yards for Westside, being up 1st and 5 at about the 34.
That's the 6th penalty by the Lions so far tonight.
First and 5. McFadden hands off to Carr. So Carr's first carry only going to go for about a yard.
Michael Carr on the carry for the Westside Warriors.
We'd like to thank our great sponsors who have made tonight's telecast possible. Armor Seed, Farmers Bank and Trust, and Eye Care Truman. If you're interested in being a sponsor of our prep football, call Marcus Carlton at 336-2318. 870-336-2318.
2nd down and 4. And to throw is McFadden. He has a receiver, and it is caught for the touchdown. Kenny McFadden to Keyshawn Gillespie, 34 yards for the TD, and it's 20-0 Westside.
Touchdown pass by Kenny McFadden goes to Keyshawn Gillespie. Touchdown for the Warriors.
That was a well-thrown football, just right over his shoulder.
Where the only player that could get it was his receiver there.
In stride. 2:19 left to play in the first half, 20-0, and Sprinkle on for his third point after try. He is 2 for 2. Good snap, good hold, and good. 2:19 left to play in the opening half. 21-0 Westside. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
For more than 20 years, we've been gathering, supporting, battling, remembering, celebrating, and racing. This year, our race includes the men who have stood behind us and walked beside us. Join us Saturday, October 4th in downtown Little Rock for the statewide Arkansas Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. Move, be moved.
Well, I don't know nothing about faxing, but I know something about fishing. Every Sunday, 7 o'clock on Tubetown.
Crowbar.
21-0 as Sprinkle puts it in the air. Ball is bobbled at the 15. Up across the 25 to about the 27. Patrick Tanner. And 2:10 left to play in the first half. Manila will put it in play, trailing 21-0. 2 plays, 34 yards on the Westside scoring drive. 47 seconds capped off on the TD pass from Kenny McFadden to Keyshawn Gillespie.
National Scouting Report, the nation's oldest scouting organization, will be naming the National Scouting Report Ritter Communications Game of the Week Underclassmen of the Game. The award will go to the top performing freshman, sophomore, junior in the game. NSR will announce the recipient on Monday and present a trophy to the student that week, hopefully at the school. We will do this for each of the 10 games of the season, like National Scouting Report Football on Facebook or friend Larry Perrin, NSR. Larry is the state director for football in Arkansas, West Tennessee, and North Mississippi.
Nick Stiles got the carry out to the 36-yard line, a gain of 9. So 2nd and 1 for Manila. Joyner hands off. There's a first down for Manila as number 26. Stiles carries again. Got 2 more yards. Needed 1, got 2. First down. 90 seconds left to play in the opening half. Be sure to stay with us for the halftime show in about 89 more seconds.
And that clock starts running now.
Joyner, first man through. Stiles again. He's across the 40 to the 41. 2 more yards for Stiles.
Still like you, Chris. I think that Manila's going to have to open up this defense a little bit. Westside's just stacking that box there, and that's all there is to it.
Well, they're bringing 10 down into the box now. They're playing with 1 safety back deep. They're not well, now they have 2, but they're within about 7 yards of the line of scrimmage as well. Joyner going to keep 45 out to midfield, but we have a flag thrown at the line of scrimmage. We'll have to see what this is all about.
That was a good job by Joyner to reading that defense and getting those yards.
If it's against Westside, then Kyle Joyner will have picked up a first down. We'll have to see what the indication is.
They're still discussing it here.
Local score of interest in the second quarter, McCrory leads East Poinsett County 12-6.
Lots of Cardinal fans in the area here, Wes, and Cardinals in a series with the Brewers for first place. Cardinals and Brewers no score as they play in the third inning.
Looks like the penalty is going to be against Westside because they keep talking to the captain for the for the Lions here.
Well, Joyner got 9 yards on the carry. We'll see if the play stands. Now they're backing it up. So, nope, face mask. So they're going to, it's a personal foul face mask, so they're going to take the 15 instead of the result of the carry. So, that'll take it to the 44 of Westside with 47 seconds left, and I believe Manila has 2 timeouts left. So, negate the carry by Joyner, and the result is the result of the flag. So now, what we got here, we have 4 receivers into the set now for Manila. As Joyner wants to throw out in the flat, and a nice hit. Number 62. Kyle Williams was Johnny on the spot. Joyner completed the pass for a loss of 2.
Cross County leads Harrisburg 34-8.
Cross County leading Harrisburg 34-8. We'll have Harrisburg next week at Mark Tree. And we have a timeout on the field. 28 seconds left to play here in the first half. We'll kind of keep it here and remind you about the ball games that we have tomorrow, Wes.
Tomorrow on the SEC Network alternate channel, Arkansas State will take on the Volunteers of Tennessee at Rocky Top at 11 o'clock, followed by the Dingle State Razorback game at 3. To watch the alternate SEC Network channel on Ritter Communications, tune in to channel 71. And also, while we have a little time here, like you said, Chris, our next prep football telecast will be next Friday night from Mark Tree as the Indians host the Harrisburg Hornets. Prep football in Tubetown, presented by Armor Seed.
After the timeout, Manila will put it in play. 2nd down and 12 with 28 seconds left in the first half. Back to the wishbone they go. And Joyner's going to throw out of it. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, rolling to his right. Going to fire it deep downfield, and it is incomplete. And a nice play by Q-Sean Gillespie back there at the 20-yard line to break up the pass.
Nice job by Gillespie there, but also the Manila Lion receiver back there still almost had a chance for that even after that tip.
So 3rd down and 12 with 19 seconds left to play in the first half. Joyner. Toss, and it goes over his head. Picked up by Maldonado. Gets a nice block. 50, 45, 40-yard line. That'll be short of a first down, but a good job by Maldonado to turn about a 10-yard loss into a 4-yard gain.
Actually, about a 5-yard gain, going to bring up 4th down and 6.
4th down and 6, and that will probably be the end of the first half. Yep, the clock is ticking down, and we have come to the end of the first half with the score. Westside 21. Well, maybe not. Maybe they got a timeout called.
No timeout was given.
Nope, no timeout given. We are at the end of the first half. Westside 21, Manila nothing. We'll be back with a halftime show right after these messages. You're watching high school football right here on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
As part of the fight to keep cable rates affordable, Ritter is on your side against giant programming companies. Because they control programming, they make the rules, like forcing you to buy channels and bundles to get the one you like, and then hiking the price way above inflation. They even forbid cable distributors like us from telling you what channels actually cost. Join us in working for better laws that give consumers more choices and more information. We're right by you on this issue.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
Well, I don't know nothing about faxing, but I know something about fishing. Every Sunday, 7 o'clock on Tubetown.
Crowbar is back. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Tubetown, Channel 21.
For more than 20 years, we've been gathering, supporting, battling, remembering, celebrating, and racing. This year, our race includes the men who have stood behind us and walked beside us. Join us Saturday, October 4th in downtown Little Rock for the statewide Arkansas Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. Register online by October 3rd at KomenArkansas.org. Move, be moved.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
Mom, what's wrong with the internet? Who's streaming again? Why is it so slow?
It's not working.
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
Don't let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
Well, I don't know nothing about faxing, but I know something about fishing. Every Sunday, 7 o'clock on Tubetown.
Crowbar is back. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Tubetown, Channel 21.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
again! Why is it so slow?
It's not working.
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
Don't let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
As part of the fight to keep cable rates affordable, Ritter is on your side against giant programming companies. Because they control programming, they make the rules, like forcing you to buy channels in bundles to get the one you like, and then hiking the price way above inflation. They even forbid cable distributors like us from telling you what channels actually cost. Join us in working for better laws that give consumers more choices and more information. We're right by you on this issue.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
Well, I don't know nothing about faxing, but I know something about fishing. Every Sunday, 7 o'clock, it's on Tubetown.
Crowbar is back. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Tubetown, Channel 21.
For more than 20 years, we've been gathering, supporting, battling, remembering, celebrating, and racing. This year, our race includes the men who have stood behind us and walked beside us. Join us Saturday, October. For more than 20 years, we've been gathering, supporting, battling, remembering, celebrating, and racing. This year, our race includes the men who have stood behind us and walked beside us. Join us Saturday, October 4th in downtown Little Rock for the statewide Arkansas Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. Register online by October 3rd at KomenArkansas.org. Move, be moved.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
Mom, what's wrong with the internet? Who's streaming again? Why is it so slow?
It's not working.
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
Don't let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Welcome back to the Armor Seed halftime show where the Westside Warriors are leading the Manila Lions 21-0. This is West Cisco. Armor Seed quality soybean, corn, wheat, and rice seed for Northeast Arkansas farmers. Start strong, plant armor with Armor Seed. Some scores of area interest around here. Batesville is up on Watson Chapel 21-6. Wynn has a 44-0 lead on Marion in the second quarter. Jonesboro is leading Valley View 21-0. We have a scoreless tie between Blytheville and Osceola. Nettleton is at Newport tonight when the Raiders are leading 10-6. Paragoul's got a 23-13 lead over the Colts of Rivercrest. Hoxie and Truman are in a pretty good game right now. Hoxie's leading 14-6 over the Wildcats. The Searcy Lions have a 27-0 lead over the Greene County Tech Golden Eagles. And Gosnell is up 13-0 over Harding Academy. And the bottom of the third, the Brewers have a 2-0 lead over the St. Louis Cardinals. Again, those are some scores of local interest. If you are wanting a DVD copy of tonight's telecast, just go to www.tubetownonline.com and click on the purchase DVD link. And we'll be right back with some more halftime stats. You're watching Prep Football here on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
As part of the fight to keep cable rates affordable, Ritter is on your side against giant programming companies. Because they control programming, they make the rules, like forcing you to buy channels and bundles to get the one you like, and then hiking the price way above inflation. They even forbid cable distributors like us from telling you what channels actually cost. Join us in working for better laws that give consumers more choices and more information. We're right by you on this issue.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
Well, I don't know nothing about faxing, but I know something about fishing. Every Sunday, 7 o'clock on Tubetown.
Crowbar is back. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Tubetown, Channel 21.
For more than 20 years, we've been gathering, supporting, battling, remembering, celebrating, and racing. This year, our race includes the men who have stood behind us and walked beside us. Join us Saturday, October 4th in downtown Little Rock for the statewide Arkansas Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. Register online by October 3rd at KomenArkansas.org. Move, be moved.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
Mom, what's wrong with the internet? Who's streaming again? Why is it so slow?
It's not working.
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
Don't let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
Chris Benson and West Cisco back at the half, 21-0. Westside leading Manila after the first set, or after the first half. A half that was dominated by Westside. And some quick stats. Westside, first of all, they ran the ball 14 times in the first half for 73 yards. And Kenny McFadden was 1 out of 3 for 33 yards and a touchdown through the air. The touchdown pass going to Keyshawn Gillespie. They were led in rushing by Thomas Kraft, who had 6 carries and 70 yards for a touchdown in the first half. Cody Banda had the other touchdown for Westside in the first half. A 5-yard run in the first quarter. For Manila, they ran the ball 25 times, 82 yards, and they were led by Johnson, who had 36 yards on 6 carries. Manila threw the ball 3 times, completed 1 for -3 yards. And defensively, Manila was led by number 2, Patrick Tanner. No, Luis Maldonado, number 2, I'm sorry. With 3 tackles, 1 for a loss. Westside in the first half, number 62, that is Kyle Williams. He had 4 tackles, but 3 of them for a loss in the first half. And number 33, Tyke Taylor, tallied 8 tackles in the first half, 2 for loss. And Westside, pretty much as you would expect, dominating the statistical category with a 21-0 lead here at the half. Penalties. Westside had 3 penalties in the first half for 15 yards, and Manila, they had 3 penalties in the first half for 15 yards as well. As we look to our keys to the game, Wes, we said no turnovers. Well, Manila turned it over twice, Westside once, so Westside winning the turnover battle. They're winning up front, they're blowing open big holes, and they're stacking the Manila runners at the line of scrimmage. In the penalty battle, pretty much even, but Westside has pretty much dominated the first half, up 21-0. Another big thing that Westside had in their favor in the first half was field position.
Yeah, I mean, whenever they were flipping the field over here, and Manila had to punt from deep inside, and a couple of those punts, even the special teams play, that also ought to be a key, because the special teams play there is really what got the field position for the Warriors there.
Westside has definitely dominated the special teams play. 3 of 3 on point after tries by Chase Sprinkle. He's kicked the ball deep into usually about the 10-yard line for on the kickoffs. Gillespie had a 30-yard return in the first half off of a punt. So Westside has just pretty much controlled the game after Manila took the opening drive down to the Westside 25 and stalled, and after that it's been all Westside.
Number 20, Helton.
Jake Helton set to kick it off for Manila as the ball is teed up at the 40. And a line drive end over end kick taken at the 17, across the 30, 35.
Ball is brought out
And a nice return by number 42, Jake Meeks. So here we go.
Second half is underway.
Second half. And Westside gets the ball first here to start the second half. Kenny McFadden leads his troops back out. Pretty good first half for the sophomore, starting his first high school football game. Had a couple of fumbles that he recovered, but other than that, he's pretty much just led the troops. Hand off to number 22, that is Kraft. He's across the 40.
We got a marker on the field. There was a Manila Lion rush, trying his hardest to get off the field, but they got the snap off, so there's going to be 12 men on the field for the Lions.
So 12 men on the field will be the call against the Manila Lions. And that'll bring up 1st and 5. They're still discussing. The referees are. So 1st and 5.
The legal substitution is a call, brings up the first down and 5 for the Warriors.
They got the air conditioner on and they don't need hot.
So 42-yard line, Westside. Just underway, second half, third quarter. 21-0. McFadden. Hands off to Banda. He has a nice hole. He's across midfield. Out to the 46-yard line, so that is a gain of 12.
Just got a score report, Chris. For the first time in 4 years, the Rector Cougars have a football team, and they're tied with Palestine Wheatley, 6-6 in the second quarter.
That's the old alma mater, Wes. Except it was Clay County Central when I went to school. Years ago.
The Cougars are back.
Hand off again to Banda. He is going to be stacked up after a gain of about 3. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Richter actually made the playoffs as Clay County Central back in 1988. I was a sophomore, and we had the unfortunate luck of getting to play McGee in the first round.
The Owls.
That one was over quick.
Speaking of over quick, just got another score. Searcy is now up on GCT 46-0 at half.
McFadden fires a pass out into the flat to number 42. Jake Meeks. He got 6, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Right now is a good time for this Manila line to show what's got, because you know they're going to try another run play here.
3rd down and 1. First man through, and that's a big hole and a almost like a rugby scrum down to the 30-yard line, and we have Laundry coming in late.
23, Cody Bandy.
Banda got the first down on a gain of 6, but we'll see what the result of the penalty is.
Yeah, it looks like the official's talking to him. He might have been chirping a little bit after that play.
Westside just marching it down the field again, just like they did in the first half.
Don't forget, our next prep football telecast will be Friday for Marktree High School as the Indians host the Harrisburg Hornets. Prep football in Tubetown presented by Armor Seed.
So the result of the carry is 6 yards for Banda. Tack on 15 more on a personal foul against the Manila Lions. And that will take the ball down to the 15-yard line. So here we go. Westside knocking, or no, excuse me. Well, one referee went down to the 15, but they're marking the ball at the 22. Either way, it's a first down and now we've got another flag, and it looks like they're going to hit the Manila sideline as they were chirping at the referee. Sideline warning. So that's actually no yardage because that's the first sideline warning. The next one will be yardage assessed. So 1st and 10 after all that at the 23 of Manila. Story down at the bottom of the screen, Gillespie to the top. Wing back set, McFadden. Toss to Kraft, breaks a tackle at the 25 and actually gets a yard as he dives to the 22.
Remember, we'd like to hear from you. Go to our Twitter. Our handle is at Tubetown21. Let us know where you're watching the game from. Use the hashtag West versus Man, and we'll read your tweets during tonight's telecast.
2nd and 9. McFadden gives to Carr. Has a nice hold. 15, 10, 5, and he will walk in untouched. Michael Carr, a 22-yard touchdown run, and it is now 27-0 in favor of Westside.
Did you see how they faked the handoff to the first one? Everybody went with him, and he just walked right on that end zone there, Chris.
Sure did. Misdirection play. That's been in the works all night long. That's Carr's only second carry. But they waited for just the right time to break that out. A little misdirection. Get the pursuit going one way, come back the other. And Chase Sprinkle on for his 4th PAT. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. And with 9:06 left to play in the third quarter, Westside 28, Manila nothing. You're watching high school football right here on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
$28-0 Westside as they take the opening drive of the second half and punch it in for 6 and a PAT. 9:06 left in the third. Chase Sprinkle set to kick off for the 5th time tonight. Tanner and Maldonado back deep for Manila. 88 yards, 6 plays, 247 on the drive, capped by the 22-yard run by Carr. Kickoff is bobbled, and now it's picked up, and he's going to change direction. Flag on the play. And now changing direction again, and a big hole to the 25. And out at the 27-yard line, so number 20, Jake Helton, ran probably about 85 or 90 yards to get about 15. 15-yard return, and he ran close to 100 as he went from one sideline to another and back and trying to find something out of nothing. It looked to me like there was a face mask on the opposite side of the field. Let's see what the call is.
That's what I was thinking, but wasn't 100% sure there.
I know jersey was pulled, and it is a face mask against Westside. I saw him dip like a face mask had been pulled, and he stayed on his feet. So add 15 on to the end of the run, and now Manila will have good field position out to the 43-yard line.
Penalties are starting to rack up for these people here. Westside has now had 4 penalties for 40 yards. Manila 8 penalties for 60 yards.
Well, first game of the year, a lot of times it's sloppy. You have things to work on for week 2. Out of the shotgun now, Joyner. Gives to Maldonado.
They're going to give him forward progress up to
to the 46.
46.
3 yards. Second down and 7. So a different look that time for Manila coming out of the half. Shotgun set again. Quick snap. Joyner's going to keep it across the 50. And he's going to have a first down as he gets to the Westside 46.
Looks like a pickup of
8 yards for Joyner.
I'll tell you what, Joyner's keeping the Manila Lions in the, trying to keep them in this game. He's taking it upon himself to do what he can.
A nice hole straight up the gut as he kept the football.
And you can tell he's a 3-sport athlete right there at that little burst of speed he had.
He's a heck of a basketball player. I've seen him the last couple of years up here. Manila, a really good basketball team. Joyner going to keep again. Breaks a tackle. And he's down to about the 43. That's going to be about 3 more yards. That's kind of looks like what we saw last week after Nick Marshall entered the game for Auburn.
Yeah.
Shotgun set again. Joyner. He gives to Maldonado, trying to
Put that ball up and go north and south.
get the sideline. He gets across the 40 to the 38. We'll give him 4. Third down and 2. 6:45 left to play in the third quarter. Joyner gives to Maldonado. He's got a first down and more at the 30, the 25, still on his feet. Down to about the 22-yard line goes Maldonado. That's 16 yards.
And that's going to get this Manila crowd pumped up a little bit. Nice spin move there by Maldonado to get another 3 yards there, Chris.
And a nice read that time by Joyner to see where the defense was going. He held that ball in Maldonado's gut for a good 2 to 3 seconds before he finally decided to give it off. Number 37 checks into the game for Manila. Landon Webb, he's at the top of the screen as a receiver, and we have a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 28-0 Westside. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
We'd like to thank our great sponsors who have made tonight's telecast possible: Armor Seed, Farmers Bank and Trust, and I Care Truman. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for Prep Football, call Marcus Carlton 870-336-2318.
28-0 Westside. 6:28 left to play in the third quarter. Be sure to stay with us after the game is over to see who tonight's player of the game is. Right now, Westside has 3 or 4 guys that the honors could go to. So first down at the 23. Handoff. Maldonado again. He's down to the 20. That's a gain of 3.
Another score here. Pocahontas is beating Riverview 27-7 at the half. And Rector and Palestine Wheatley are still in that dog match. It's 14-13 Palestine Wheatley in the second.
3-receiver set. Oh, and a snap is a bad one, and Joyner will run back to about the 33-yard line and jump on it. So that's going to be a loss of 13.
That's not what you want if you're a line there. You're going down the field, you're having success, and all of a sudden, bam.
So that's going to bring up about a 3rd and 20. The line to gain looks to be at about the 13, so they're at the 33. 3rd down and 20. Joyner, 3-step drop, fires, and it is incomplete. And a nice play that time by Q-Sean Gillespie, more or less playing center field and going right for the football. And he almost came up with an interception. That's his second breakup of the night for Gillespie as well.
Right when you think it's right where Manila wants it, Gillespie's there to knock it down.
So 4th and 20, you're down 28, nothing to really gain by punting the football here. Manila is going to go for it. Joyner. And that is going backwards.
They're going to call him down.
Maldonado loses 5 yards on that play, and Westside will take over on downs. Up 28-0.
Remember, DVD copies of this game are available for purchase. Log on to www.tubetownonline.com. Click on Purchase DVDs.
4:51 left to play in the third quarter. 38-yard line. Westside will put it in play, leading 28-0. McFadden rolls out and throws. Incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Kraft.
Kraft was the nearest one, but Manila had someone right in the face there of the sophomore quarterback, McFadden.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
We'd like to thank Manila for being such a great host tonight.
Hard count. Looks like they drew Manila offsides.
Local scores. Third quarter score, Cross County 55.
So 2nd and 5. Cross County hammering Harrisburg. Double nickels on the scoreboard tonight. 55-16.
We got those Harrisburg Hornets next week over in Mark Tree, Chris.
And you look across the sideline, Wes, you see a lot of guys stretching, drinking water. That heat is really a factor tonight. 2nd and 5. Give to Kraft. And he's got a big hole inside Manila territory down to about the 45-yard line. 12 more for Thomas Kraft.
Other local scores, Gosnell was at early third quarter ahead 13-8 at Harding Academy. Hoxie leads Truman 21-6.
44-yard line, first down. McFadden on a rollout will keep it to the 40, down to about the 39 goes Kenny McFadden. And he'll get about 5 yards.
Pick up a 5, bring up a 2nd down and 5.
A little bit of a different play there that time, Wes. They've been crashing the middle all night long. Fake the dive and then the quarterback.
Well, the little quarterback keeper, it was an option play. I thought he was going to toss it there for a minute. He decided to keep it.
Blyville leading Osceola 12-6 at halftime. Sounds like a great ball game in Mississippi County.
We'll have those Chickasaws at Nettleton this year.
McFadden throws incomplete, intended for Michael Carr.
That was a good job by Joyner there to break that one up.
Joyner was right there. So 3rd down and 4 for Westside with 3:08 left to go in the third. Third down, McFadden, misdirection, and that time Manila was ready for the misdirection for Michael Carr as he loses back to the 41-yard line.
They said, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, I'm stopping this one.
So a loss of 4 on the play. And 4th and 7 coming.
Looks like they're going to try to go for it.
Fourth down and 7. Give is straight up the middle to Kraft, and he's all the way to the 32-yard line. And that is a first down for Kraft. That's a backbreaker right there, Wes, for Manila.
Manila was doing so well right there, bam, 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 getting inside there. But again, the offensive line from Westside, give them a good hoe.
So first down, ball marked at about the 33-yard line of the Lions. Give to Kraft again. Inside the 30 to about the 27. That'll be about 6 more for Kraft, and he
gain of 6 while giving a 3rd down and a long 4.
is approaching 100 yards. He's just a shade under at 98 by my unofficial count, and he also has a touchdown tonight.
And they're just rolling this clock, Chris, just keeping it on the ground, rolling the clock.
Down to 90 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 2nd and 4. And a flag on the play. Dead ball. False start.
Against the offense. Make it up 5 yards, make it 2nd down and 9. 45 yards.
That'll bring up 2nd and 9.
There's a combined 14th penalty on tonight's ball game, Chris. You can tell it's the first night of football season.
Yep, you can certainly tell. 14 flags have been thrown.
Now look at how 23 is lined up there. I've never seen that, where he's
and there's
facing
Kraft.
the defensive bench.
Kraft to the 26.
What kind of formation do you call that?
I'm not sure what that was. But 5 for Thomas Kraft, and he is now over 100 unofficially. 3rd down and 4. McFadden rolls out on the play action, fires, and it is complete to Michael Carr, and he has a first down to the 19-yard line, a gain of 7.
Pickup of about 9 on the play. Give the Warriors a 1st and 10 at the
And a first down with 23.9 left to play in the third quarter at the Manila 19-yard line.
Here's a new score. Brooklyn is beating Clarendon 24-20 at the half.
The Brooklyn Bearcats, we will have them this year as they will be playing Truman in October right here.
This will be the last play this half.
And that give is 2.
For this quarter.
Couldn't tell if it was 22 or 23.
23.
23, that's Banda, so that's a first down for Banda as he got to the 9-yard line. And we have come to the end of the third quarter with the score, Westside 28, Manila nothing. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Well, I don't know nothing about faxing, but I know something about fishing. Every Sunday, 7 o'clock on Tubetown.
Crowbar is back. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Tubetown, Channel 21.
Yards rushing, touchdown.
28-0 Westside as we start the fourth quarter. As both teams are trotting to the other end of the field. Go from one end of the field to the other pretty much.
Remember, tomorrow on the SEC Network alternate channel, the Red Wolves of Arkansas State go to Rocky Top to play Tennessee at 11 o'clock, followed by Nicholls State and the Arkansas Razorbacks at 3. You can watch the SEC alternate channel on Ritter Communications, channel 71.
Hogs looking to even their season record at 1-1, and the Red Wolves are looking to stay undefeated at 2-0.
I think one could be a pretty close game. I don't think the other one should be.
First and goal at the 9. McFadden rolling to his left. He's going to keep it. Picks up a block, turns it up, and he's going to get down to the 4-yard line, a gain of 5. So second and goal.
Tubetown's going to be your home for live local prep sports all year long, Chris. We're starting here off football season. We're going to go right into basketball, and then after that we'll hit a little baseball season. So stay tuned to Channel 21 here on Ritter Communications.
McFadden gives to Banda. He's the first man through, and not much for Banda.
Banda on the carry for the Warriors. Looks like he gained a yard. Then bring up
A yard for Banda. Third and goal. 10:55 left to go. Next week we'll be in Poinsett County. Mark Tree. They'll be hosting the Harrisburg Hornets.
Warriors are 4 for 6 on third down so far tonight, Chris.
That's a pretty good conversion rate, 67%. Quick Arkansas math.
Man, that Clay County really helped you out there, didn't it?
I'm telling you, we are some math whizzes up there. Third and goal. Give is to Kraft, banging ahead, and he is in for the touchdown. Thomas Kraft, a 3-yard plunge, his second TD of the night. And with 10:35 left to go in the game, 34-0 in favor of Westside. Sprinkle on for the PAT. He is 4 for 4, and he is now 4 for 5 Off the upright, no good. And with 10:35 left to go in the game, it's 34-0 Westside. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
Been all Westside since the get-go. 10:35 left to play in the ball game, and Chase Sprinkle, his leg may be getting tired. He has had several PATs, a field goal attempt, several kickoffs, and he kicks this one high and deep and about the 11-yard line. Tanner will bring it out to about the 36-yard line. So a nice return by Patrick Tanner.
Brings it out to the 36 where the Lions will take over 1st and 10.
9 plays, 62 yards, 5:14 off the clock on the last Westside drive, capped off on a 3-yard touchdown run by Thomas Kraft, his second touchdown of the game. He is over 100 yards. And Manila goes out of the shotgun, and Joyner will keep it, and he's going nowhere. Number 66.
That was a blown block there by the Lions offensive line.
Tristan Pry on the tackle for loss.
Loss of 4, bring up 2nd down and 14 for the Lions.
In the bottom of the 5th, the Brewers now have a 3-0 lead over the Cardinals.
4-yard loss for Joyner. And it's 2nd and 14. Maldonado across the 30 to about the 32.
23, Eric Navarro on the carry.
Wonder if this offensive line for the Lions is getting a little wore down with the heat and all the hit and all the run plays.
No gain for Navarro. I said Maldonado, that was Navarro. And 3rd and 14.
Lions are 1 for 6 in 3rd down conversions.
Joyner is going to keep it. Has a nice hole, breaks a couple of tackles. He's across the 40 to the 41. So a gain of 9 for Kyle Joyner. And 4th down and about 5. Fourth down and Manila punting. Just barely gets it away, and Gillespie is going to let it bounce. Takes a bit of a Manila roll down to the 30-yard line.
Ball down on the 30-yard line where the Warriors will take over 1st and 10.
34-0 Westside. Let's see. Do we get new players into the game, or is it still first stringers? Oh, there's Kenny McFadden. So 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Again, we'd like to thank our great sponsors who've made tonight's telecast possible. Armor Seed, Farmers Bank and Trust, and I Care Truman. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of Prep Football, call Marcus Carlton at 336-2318.
Number 9 into the game for Westside. That is Demarius Smith. And he busts through the middle to the 40-yard line, a gain of 10. Now, 1st down. McFadden. Hands off to Smith again. He's up to midfield. That's a 9-yard gain.
Smith on the carry.
Bring up 2nd down and 1.
Picks up 9 on the play. Bring up a
Fresh legs into the game there, Demarius Smith.
New runner, same results.
That's exactly right. 2nd and 1 with 7:20 left to play in the game. McFadden. A little give to
Pocahontas is now up 40-14 over the Raiders of Riverview.
Pickup of 2 on the play.
For the first time in a long time, the Redskins have a new head coach, Chris.
5-yard gain. I didn't catch a number on who ran the football that time. Smith again, so he got 5 more. And the give this time is to 33. Breaks a tackle. And down to the 40-yard line goes Tyke Taylor, number 33.
Pickup of 5 even on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 5.
He gets 5, 2nd and 5, and now we are into the second string backs. Give to Smith, and forward progress will take him to the 42.
Demarius Smith on the carry for the Warriors.
Or excuse me, to the
Ball is spotted
36.
yard line. Bring up
So 4 more yards for Smith.
3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1. .45 left to play in the ball game. McFadden gives to Taylor, has a nice hold across the 30 to the 25, and finally knocked out of bounds.
Remember, if you want to order DVD copies of tonight's telecast, games the DVDs are available for purchase. Log on to www.tubetownonline.com. Click on Purchase DVDs.
So 11 yards for Tyke Taylor. He's down to the 25. .535 left to play in the ball game. Jonathan Foley has checked into the game for Westside as a receiver. Give to Smith, and he's going to go nowhere. Nice job that time by Manila.
No gain on the play. You'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Warriors.
As
that 3rd down conversion there a while ago by the Warriors, they're now 5 for 7 on 3rd down conversions.
Continuing to convert on 3rd down, keeping that Manila defense out on the field. 2nd and 10 at the 26. And the give is to Kraft, who is back in the game. He's down to the 15. 11 yards for Kraft. And another 1st down for Westside.
Stop the clock just momentarily to move the chains, and then we'll start it back up.
Week 1 of 10 here on Tubetown, covering Northeast Arkansas like a blanket. Smith down to the 15. That's a gain of a yard.
Demarius Smith on the carry. Picks up 1. Bring up 2nd down and 9.
Halloween actually falls on a Friday night this year. That ought to be interesting.
And we're back at Marktree with EPC Marktree on Halloween night. Think I might come dressed as a cop so they leave me alone.
Give is to Kraft, and he's down to the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 4 more.
Thomas Kraft don't carry, picks up 4.
And Kraft, he's just padding stats now.
Warriors.
3rd down and 6 at the 11.
You know, the scoreboard ain't going to indicate this, but you look at these Manila Lions over here. Nobody has given up, Chris.
No, they're still
fighting
giving
hard.
everything they have. Have to commend these young men for that. 3rd and 6. Give to Smith, breaks a tackle. Pursuit coming and breaks another tackle, and he is going to go. Let's see, touchdown Westside. 11-yard TD run for Demarius Smith. And with 3:04 left to play in the ball game, it is now 40-0. And if Chase Sprinkle hadn't have banged one off the upright the last time, we might have had a carbon copy of last year, which was 42-0 last year. Sprinkle on for the try, and this one is no good.
This one wasn't sprinkled.
Manila
They
busted.
brought in a new kicker.
Oh, number 1 was the kicker, so that's not Sprinkle. That was Arthur LaPlane. And with 3:04 left to go in the ball game, 40-0 Westside is your score. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
.304 left to play in the ball game, and Chase Sprinkle has it teed up. 5 minutes, 20 seconds off the clock, 70 yards, 11 plays, 11-yard touchdown run. Demarius Smith, your drive recap. And Chase Sprinkle set to kick it off yet again. High end over end kick, short kick, and it goes out of bounds, and that will be a flag. And Manila will get to start at the 35-yard line.
Hoxie has now opened up the lead on the Truman Wildcats, 35-6, going into the 4th quarter.
First down at the 35 for Manila. Maldonado, the keeper, as he's playing quarterback now. He's across the 40 to about the 43, 8 yards for Maldonado. So 2nd and 2. Kyle Joyner will sit for the rest of the night, I believe. As Maldonado out of the shotgun taking the snaps. And he hands it off to the 45 midfield, breaks a tackle to the 46. Carter.
Zach Deering had a great block on the outside that time to give him about another 5 yards on that carry.
11 yards for Carter on the keep, or on the give. That's a first down with 1:57 left to play in the ball game. Maldonado, let's see. He keeps 35-30. Just shy of the 30 at the 32-yard line. That is another 14 yards for Maldonado and another first down. 90 seconds left to play in the ball game. 32-yard line. Manila trying to get on the board before this one is finished. Maldonado, the keeper, across the 30, still on his feet. Down to the 22-yard line, so that's 10 more.
Close to a first down. They're going to go ahead and give him the first down.
51 seconds left to play in the ball game.
They didn't give him the first down. It's going to be second and short.
Second and 1. They gave him 9 yards instead of 10. Give to Carter. Across the 20. 15. 10. Inside the 10 goes Carter.
They got to hurry up, though, because this...
Down to the 7. That's 15 yards. And Manila will call timeout. They're going to try to get on the board before this one's over.
The only way you can stop the clock now in this situation is by calling the timeout.
And we're turbo clocking right now. 40-0 Westside. They have owned it from the word go tonight. Actually, Manila had a nice opening drive that stalled around the Westside 40. Lost it on downs, and after that, it's been all Westside as they scored on their first 3 possessions of tonight's game.
2 more reminders here for you. Next Friday night, we're going to be in Poinsett County, Martree, where the Indians host the Harrisburg Hornets. Prep football in Tubetown, presented by Armor Seed. And tomorrow, you can watch the SEC network as the Arkansas State Red Wolves go to Rocky Top to take on Tennessee at 11, followed by Nicholls State and Arkansas at 3. The SEC network alternate channel is on Ritter Communications, channel 71.
Football season is here in full force. High school pros have kicked off yesterday. College kicked off last week, and Maldonado is going to keep it, and he is not going to get it. As a matter of fact, he's going to lose.
Manila's going to call their second timeout to stop the clock.
As Maldonado loses 2 yards on that keeper. Stay with us after the game. We'll have a player of the game when this one is finished.
Gosnell Pirates are now up 19-8 over Harding Academy. Just a little under 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter there.
I believe we're going to give player of the game to Thomas Kraft tonight, the running back from Westside.
Yes.
He had a very good football game. Maldonado keeps, and he is short.
And timeout, Manila.
One at the 2-yard line, so 8 more yards for Maldonado, and they have called their final timeout. Manila has, with 5.7 seconds left to go in the ball game. Third down, and they'll have time for one more play to try to get on the board and not get shut out here tonight by the Westside Warriors.
That'll be a big boost for the Lions if they can score right here and not have a shutout. They're 1 for 7 on third down attempts tonight. So here we go.
5.7 left to go. Third and goal. Time for one more play. And let's see. No indication yet. And no score. So Johnson did not get in on the run there, and we have reached the end of the game. A dominant performance tonight by the Westside Warriors as they jump off to a 1-0 start, 40-0 over Manila. We'll take this timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the post-game show from right here in Manila. 40-0, Westside wins it. You're watching high school football on Tubetown.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
As part of the fight to keep cable rates affordable, Ritter is on your side against giant programming companies. Because they control programming, they make the rules, like forcing you to buy channels and bundles to get the one you like, and then hiking the price way above inflation. They even forbid cable distributors like us from telling you what channels actually cost. Join us in working for better laws that give consumers more choices and more information. We're right by you on this issue.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
Well, I don't know nothing about faxing, but I know something about fishing. Every Sunday, 7 o'clock on Tubetown.
Crowbar is back. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Tubetown, Channel 21.
For more than 20 years, we've been gathering, supporting, battling, remembering, celebrating, and racing. This year, our race includes the men who have stood behind us and walked beside us. Join us Saturday, October 4th in downtown Little Rock for the statewide Arkansas Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure. Register online by October 3rd at KomenArkansas.org. Move, be moved.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
Farmers Bank and Trust offers instant image debit cards. Showcase your school spirit, your grandkids, your pet, or your favorite sport. Walk in, open an account, and walk out of the bank with an instant image debit card ready to use. Finally, a debit card as unique as you from Farmers Bank and Trust. Traditional banking at its best. Farmers Bank and Trust, with locations in Blytheville, Gosnell, and Manila. Member FDIC.
Mom, what's wrong with the internet? Who's streaming again? Why is it so slow?
Why it's not working?
Mom, something's wrong with the internet.
I don't know.
Don't let your family suffer from a slow internet connection. With Ritter, you get the speed you need for online harmony. Speed matters. Get the highest internet speed only from Ritter Communications, right by you.
American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
I am for the child who's had 7 addresses in a single year because she's in foster care, because her father abused her, and her mother couldn't believe her. She is the child I am for. I am a CASA volunteer. I am you.
Well, I don't know nothing about faxing, but I know something about fishing. Every Sunday, 7 o'clock on Tubetown.
Crowbar is back. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Tubetown, Channel 21.
There's a lot of sights to see in Northeast Arkansas. Let Dr. Angela Howell and Eye Care of Truman bring life into focus for you. There's no need to drive to Jonesboro. Eye Care of Truman is right here in your backyard to fill all of your eye health needs. Eye exams, contacts, fashion frames, and more. At Eye Care of Truman, we're about family-friendly vision care. Call today and schedule your next eye exam with Eye Care of Truman, 807 West Main in Truman.
This is a seed, and this is a farmer. Together, they're responsible for creating 1 in 12 American jobs. Yes, you heard right. 1 in 12 American jobs are related to the family farm. From row to row across this great nation, every farmer counts.
Welcome back to Manila, where the visiting Warriors from Westside defeated the homestanding Lions 40-0. For a complete schedule of prep football in Tubetown, log on to our website, www.tubetownonline.com. Full schedule is on the homepage. You can also order DVD copies of our high school programming. To get programming, just click on the purchase DVDs. We'd like to thank our great sponsors who have made tonight's telecast possible. Armor Seed, Farmers Bank and Trust, and Eye Care of Truman. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for our prep football, call Marcus Carlton at 870-336-2318. Don't forget you can watch the weekend review on Leader Channel 21 Saturday starting at 7 p.m. to catch up on any of the games you missed, Chris.
Well, Westside dominated this one tonight, Wes, from pretty much the almost the opening kick. Manila had a nice drive on the opening drive down to the 25 of Westside and turned it over on downs, and after that it was all Westside. It was just pretty much pure domination. They opened up holes, they blocked well, they tackled well. Not very many penalties. They didn't shoot themselves in the foot. And all that being said, tonight's player of the game, we're going to give it to number 22, Thomas Kraft. 14 carries, a $120 on the ground, and a couple of touchdowns for Mr. Thomas Kraft, as Westside used the rushing attack tonight to dispose of Manila. Not very many balls were put in the air tonight.
On either side, Chris.
Yeah.
Both teams went run-oriented, and as you can see here on the rushing yards, you can tell that by Westside had 248 total yards, Manila had 166 yards, and in the passing game, Manila had that -3 yards at halftime, and they got at the end of the game.
You look there, and Westside had 300 yards of offense right on the button. Manila with the 163, so almost a 2-to-1 statistical dominance there from Westside on the offensive side. 5 penalties for 45 yards for Westside, 9 for 65 for Manila. Manila shot themselves in the foot with the flags. They turned the ball over twice compared to once for Westside, and the keys to the game came true tonight. Exactly what we said. Westside owned all of those categories, and they owned the scoreboard 40-0.
Yeah, that offensive line, you've got to hand that offensive line for Westside a lot of credit.
We will see Westside again later this month in about 3 weeks as the Highland Rebels will come to Bono, and you'll want to watch that when Highland has a couple of D1 prospects on the team. They have Dion Stewart, who is looking at playing for the Razorbacks, and Avery Johnson looking at playing for the ASU Red Wolves. So Highland will come in with an explosive attack.
And next week, we're going to Poinsett County. We're going to go to Martree, home of Ritter Communications for many years, as the Indians are going to host the Hornets from Harrisburg.
That's Poinsett County rivalry. Not too many miles separate those two schools. Well, that wraps it up from right here in Manila. Our executive producer has been Marcus Carlton. Our producer has been Brandon Reed, and my guy here on my right-hand side, my color commentator, has been Wes Cisco. I'm Chris Benson saying so long from Westside, so long from Manila. 40-0, Westside wins it. You've been watching high school football right here on Tubetown.